Video 1. Asa is an 11-year-old male Caucasian student who attends school at the Mount Bernardinola Elementary School, where he is in the 4th grade. He resides with his father and older brother. No complications were reported within the pregnancy or birth history. Medical history is significant for both asthma and ear infections. Developmental milestones were reported to be attained at an average rate. Asa transferred into the Mount Bernardinola School District in February of 2016. A transfer conference was held February 4, 2016 to conduct an existing data review as part of a reevaluation and to revise or review the IEP. During this conference, an existing data review reevaluation was conducted and no further data was needed. Intellectual cognitive assessments include the Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children 2, KABC2, and the Woodcock-Johnson Test for Cognitive Abilities, WJ3-COG. The KABC2 is an individually administered measure of the processing and cognitive abilities of children and adolescents aged 3 to 18. It is a theory-based clinical instrument that measures a wide range of abilities, including sequential and simultaneous processing, learning, reasoning, and crystallized ability that are relevant to children who are having educational or psychological problems. The KABC2 also provides a nonverbal scale. The KABC2 is grouped into 5 scales: the sequential, the simultaneous, the learning, planning, knowledge. The KABC2 provides standard scores with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15 on intellectual ability. An average composite standard score, called the Fluid Crystallized Index, FCI, is also provided. 85 to 115 standard score is considered average. Subtest standard scores and ranges include sequential, standard score 91, range average. Simultaneous, standard score 97, range average. Learning, standard score 84, range below average. Planning, standard score 140, a range upper extreme. Knowledge, standard score 123, range above average. Fluid Crystallized Index, FCI, is composed of those previous indexes. The 5 broad abilities that make up the FCI were designed to measure the general cognitive ability of the examinee. ASIN's standard score of 107 shows an average general cognitive ability based on this assessment is equal to or better than 68% of his peers. The WJ3-COG is an individually administered measure of the processing and cognitive abilities of children, adolescents, and adults ages 2 to 93. Standard scores of 90 to 110 are considered average. Long-term retrieval is the ability to store information and fluently retrieve it later in the thinking and process of thinking, earning an average score of 91, which fell in the average range. Auditory processing is the ability to analyze, synthesize, and discriminate auditory stimuli, including the ability to process speech sounds presented in all conditions. Auditory processing is a broad ability that includes most of those abilities, referred to as phonological awareness. Cognitive efficiency scale measures the ability to process information automatically. Processing speed is the ability to perform automatic cognitive tasks, particularly when measured under pressure to maintain focused attention. ASA earned a standard processing speed standard score of 98, which fell in the average range. The phonemic awareness includes the knowledge of skills related to analyzing and synthesizing speech sounds. ASA earned a phonemic awareness standard score of 90, which fell in the average range. Academic achievement assessments included the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test 3 is a comprehensive, individually administered battery for assessing achievement. ASA scores within the average range for mathematics and written expression, but falls below average in total reading. Specifically, he falls into below average range on word reading, which is the speed and accuracy of contextualized word recognition, and oral reading fluency, which is the speed, accuracy, and fluency of contextualized oral reading. Social emotional behavioral assessments included the Basic Assessment System for Children, 2nd edition. The teacher rating scale was designed to measure the students ages 2 to 12 specific behavior patterns. The teacher rating scale measures specific behaviors based on a 4-point scale of frequency. A composite score is determined from the following areas: adaptive skills, behavior systems index, externalized problems, and internalized problems. The TRS, teacher rating scale, is below for subtest areas. Scores within 41 to 59 are considered average. ASA was shown to be clinically significant in the areas of attention problems, atypicality, functional communication. That's it. Speech language assessments included the Wechsler Individual Achievement Test 3, which is used to screen for possible language disorders. The purpose to identify individuals who may need to be referred for further language assessment. ACE's score on this screener indicates that he does not need further language assessment. His oral language score of 117 is above average range. His listening comprehension score is 129, is in the above average range. His oral expression score is 101. It is in the average range. Adaptive behavior assessments include the BASC2 again, was used to measure ACE's adaptive behavior functioning, a teacher rating scale. That's the same thing I just said. Again, clinically significant attention problems, atypicality, functional communication. Other assessments included visual perception skills, ranging in average. Visual motor integration skills were above average, and visual motor coordination skills were average. Auditory perception skills were average. ASA exhibited overall average intellectual functioning with some specific strengths and weaknesses, and below average academic performance in reading. ACE's deficits in reading are attributed to lacking skills in word reading, oral reading fluency, and long-term storage, and retrieval. Instructionally, these skills will be addressed in the resource special education classroom through the use of Phonics First, an Orton-Gillingham-based curriculum that is systematic and multisensory. I agree with the diagnosis and findings from the psychoeducational evaluation. ACE's specific learning disability adversely affects his ability to read passages and words fluently and his ability to answer comprehension questions accurately about what he has read. ACE's strengths include auditory processing, processing speed, short-term memory, visual processing, written expression, mathematics, and phonemic awareness. Weaknesses include long-term storage and retrieval, oral reading fluency, and word reading.